Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Hey, what's up, everyone? Been a while since I did one. I did get to play a bunch last week. First of all, you can send in any feedback to Skyrim Addict Podcast at gmail.com. And there is a Facebook group where a couple of us are putting stuff up. It's facebook.com/groups/Skyrim Addict Podcast. So anyway, I did start a new character. I quit Dawnguard in the middle of the last character. I was like, I just had enough with this guy. So started the mage character. So after the whole Helgen mess, I actually did wander towards Riverwood, which I don't usually do, but I did. And I used the Mage Stone so I can up my magic skills quicker. And I stopped at Embershard Mine on the way, which was just a bandit battle. So I used that to, I went in there. I stopped at a couple places like that, battled a little bit just to build some stuff up and get some stuff to sell. Sold off the stuff and, did the little smithing tutorial with Alvar. Then headed over to White River Watch. And so there you go. You're battling. You come up the hill. That's you're kind of on your way to Riverwood, and it's off to the right on the other side of the river there. You're going from Riverwood to Whiterun, and it's down the waterfall and off to the right and all that. But so I went up there, and there's two bandits outside. So I battle them, and you get inside, and there's a blind guy, and he tells you basically where the bandit chief is. So that's a cool little cave. Not huge, just typical little bandit cave. So I did a few of those to kind of build up my skills since they weren't real strong. I'm not using... The only armor pieces I'm using are the braces and the boots. Other than that, I have a hood or a shroud or whatever. And I think it's a hood. I don't have a shroud right now. It's a hood and right now I got some better robes. But when you're leaving Helgen... and you start getting your gear and stuff. I used armor there because you don't really have much of a choice. And then I think you get to the Helgen prison or something like that. And there is a guy in a cage, and he's got mage's stuff on. So you can get stuff there. It was just novice gear. I think I've upped it a little bit since then. Not much, but a little bit since then. I forget what I have now exactly. But, I hit that up. Then I still didn't make it to Whiterun, and I went over to Grey Winter Watch. But there was trolls over there, and I was only level 2, and I was not quite ready to battle trolls yet, so I ran away. I tried, and then I ran away. I hit them with, I think I only had flames at that point. I hit them with flames, and... flames are, pretty good on trolls, and, nothing happened to them. I was like, let me get out of here. So I ran away, ended up at Redran's Retreat, which is another bandit area. It took me a while to get through there. I worked on it quite a bit, just to be able to beat the chief, obviously, who is the toughest one in these places. I'm just going to pull it up so I can remember what the heck it looks like. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I pulled that out. Pulled it up on the wiki. It's been a week since I played this. So trying to keep it fresh in my mind when you're old is tough. So really the toughest part of those for me is the chief. Because you really have to do... What I found was a lot of times... I've been working mainly overall when I'm working on a character, or not working it. When I've been playing it, I've been focusing mostly on... I've decided to go fire. I use a little bit of other stuff here and there. but mostly fire mage. So I have the bolts, or not the bolts, fireballs, the obviously the flames, and the rune, the fire rune. So I've been using those, and I also, with this character, I'm doing the double daggers with sneaking, but I'm not really doing any smithing, so the daggers aren't super strong. And what else have I used? Once in a while, like if I happen to have a two-handed sword and I run out of magicka, I'll use that. Mostly against mages, though. I was going up against a mage in one cave. I forget which one it was, but it was like the boss of that cave or whatever. And I ran out of magicka, so I was like, well, I guess I better do something. Because I didn't really have any potions at that point. It was pretty early on. So, early on, you kind of got to do what you got to do, but pretty strictly using destruction, sneaking, daggers, things like that, and I'm really like playing that way. I did wander over to Dustman's Cairn, where there's some just a little one room thing. I think there's a bigger quest involved with that one that I'm not doing right now, but there's 3 Draugr in there. Used magic, and then the last one I was out of magicka, so I used the double daggers, and that was pretty cool. Also wandered over to Hamvir's Rest, which is just a bunch of skeletons and a chest, but took me a while to unlock it because it was a master level one, and my lockpicking wasn't very good yet. Then I ended up over at Morthal, somehow. And that's where I like this one. This is that the little ghost girl, and you have to find out what happened to her. I did that quest. I'm like halfway through it. I'm not finished it yet. I know what happened to her, and her father knows what happened, and now I just have to finish that one off. Let's see. Oh, and a couple of the other places I hit where I was on my way. I've just made it to Riften now. Let's put it that way. I stopped at Whiterun a few times and sold some stuff and bought some stuff and worked on some enchanting and alchemy. I was using that area to be able to buy some spells from the mage up at Dragon's Reach. I forget his name offhand. Yeah, so that's kind of where I've been working from and just exploring out from that area. And then I decided I'm going to go do the Thieves Guild. So I did the walk from Whiterun to Riften, but I went via Windhelm. I ended up all the way up at Windhelm. So while I was at Windhelm, I started the Dark Brotherhood quest I picked up the quest to be able to start the Dark Brotherhood quest, which is Adventus Verity, that guy, the kid in Windhelm, Adventus or something like that. But he wants that what's something the kind. I forget her name. God, I'm drawing a blank this morning. But the orphanage, the person who runs the orphanage in Riften. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal there. I'm going to start the Thieves Guild, and I can start Dark Brotherhood all at once. So it works out perfectly. But yeah, I did wander from there, and I tried to get the bound bow on the way. I was like, that'll be cool. I'll have that. Then I don't have to carry any kind of other bow or anything. Because I did have a bow in the beginning for a little bit, but I wasn't really using it. I was using it for soul trapping mostly, but then I was able to get the soul trap spell, so I kind of stopped using it after that. So it worked for that. Because I had some soul gems, but I needed to start getting some to be able to do some enchanting, and that was the problem I was having. Because I've been going real heavy on the alchemy, really bumping that up. Most of my points have been, all of my main points have been put into magicka. And as far as the trees go, sneaking is where I've put the most. I just did the sneak. I think I just added the one for the bow, where you get 3 times damage with the bow or something like that. I'm one away from getting the 15 times damage from sneaking from behind with the daggers. So that's the one I really, really want. And yeah, I've been bumping up the lower ones too. 40% sneak and things like that, muffled movements. So sneaking's big for me on this character. I'm really going to go heavy on the sneak. Put some into destruction, obviously, and onto the fire side of the destruction. A point here or there on things like restoration, alteration, just so I can cast those spells a little cheaper. Nothing crazy there. Nothing on any armors. Enchanting, I don't think I've done enough to be able to do any. I think I did the first level bump up on enchanting. That's I think that's the first one I did. That's the only one I did on enchanting so far. I'm trying to think what else. I think I'm level 16 right now. Yeah, I did level up quite a bit last weekend. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to play it all week. So now my mind is like burned. It's been one of those weeks. But yeah, I've been super heavy on the destruction. That's starting to slow down as far as leveling up. Did I put any into one-handed? No, I don't believe I did, because I'm still using like steel daggers, but I did enchant them, and I did smith them up. But I mean, you don't really get to smith them up very much when you're not putting anything into smithing, which is weird for me because I'm usually big on smithing. But the good thing is, without wearing any, I've never played this way, and you're so much lighter, like because you have no armor or anything. And the robes don't weigh anything. I found a pair of elven boots, so I am wearing them. I smith them up. No, I didn't smith them up because I can't. They're elven. Sorry. I enchanted them, not smith them up. But my enchantments aren't real strong right now. But I definitely want to go heavy on enchantments and alchemy once I get my destruction and whatever other magic I'm going to use. I have a few more spells now. I have the 3 fire ones. I do have some sparks. I think sparks you get in the beginning though. One or two of the. I have the frost. I don't have the bolts. I don't think frost bolts or ice bolts. I do have clairvoyance, which I never use. I have muffle, which I have been using a lot, and stone flesh. Those two I use when I'm running around all the time. Those are very, very handy. Oh, and because of my my character's backstory, where he is a loner who hates everybody, and especially Nords, and pretty much anybody else. It was weird. When I was in Windhelm, I ended up stumbling across the Civil War storyline, but I'm not going to play that at all because it doesn't make sense for this character. He wouldn't be on either side. It doesn't matter to him. But like anytime I'm walking down the road and the Imperial Guards are coming by with a prisoner, I set them free and then kill them all. That's, because I figured that's what he would do. Like, I came across the fisherman in the hut, and he started talking to me, and I just lit him up with fireballs. It's like, yep, that's pretty much what this guy would do. I steal everything I can. I've been pickpocketing as many people as I can. Mostly that guard in Whiterun who stands between the two shops. He's a good person to pickpocket. But now that my sneak is getting much better, I'm able to pickpocket a little more. It's tough in the beginning because everybody hears you, no matter what you do. So, and I did get caught once where I had to pay the stuff back. Where you got to pay the fine and give them back whatever you stolen or whatever. So I have done that. I have been caught. But anyway, I did go I believe I was talking about the bound bow. So I went over there, and I cleared out most of the fort where the bow is at, the bound bow's at. And then I'm like, damn, wait, it wasn't in these two doors. Oh, it must be in that one over there. So I go over to that one, and my sneak is not good enough. When I got there, my sneak was still not good enough. And, like, as soon as I get in the door, I'm, like, crouched down, and there's a guy at a table in front of me, and they eventually just see me and kill me. and they're pretty strong in that room. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, I cannot. So I tried it like 12 times at least, and just could not. I was like, oh, fuck this. I got to come back. I'm not going to make this right now. There was just no way. I couldn't. They were way, way, way too strong for me. So I left, and I'll probably get back there now that I'm a little more leveled up, especially with the sneak, that I'm a little more leveled up. Yeah, so I'm at Riften. I'm going to start the Thieves Guild. I'm going to start the Dark Brotherhood. I'm going to go through Thieves Guild first, though, because I really want to lean on the thieving side with this guy. So I really want to build up some of my pickpocket and things like that and be able to have places to fence. Maybe I will put some points in the speechcraft also. But, yeah, I did a lot of exploring between, say, Morthal, Whiterun, Windhelm, and not quite around Riften area yet, but I'm over that way now. So I got to hit the area a little south and a little west of there, between there and Whiterun, or between there and the mountains, I should say. Oh, I did end up at... I was climbing a mountain, you know, how you randomly run up mountains. And then I ended up at High Hrothgar, and I was like, oh, whoops. I was like, this path looks really familiar. What are these trolls doing here? Oh, that's why they're here, because this is where I am. Oh. But you can't get in there unless you have the quest. But I did take all the stuff from out front that I could. I assume I'll do that quest. I've never done the dragon quest as a mage, so I think that would be pretty cool. I need to try that. Now that my guy's a little bit leveled up, I think I'll start that as well. Once I get done doing the Thieves Guild, I'll mix in the Dark Brotherhood with it. I like to bounce back and forth between them because it can get tedious just doing the one quest straight through, especially if you've done them several times, obviously. Whereas if it's the first time doing them, it's cool to just concentrate on it. But I like just bouncing around and whatever happens kind of thing. But that's kind of what I've been doing over the past week or so. Sorry about that. It's early morning. I believe I have some email here. Yes, I do. And like I said, join us over at the group. We're just doing some basic Skyrim talking and things like that at the Facebook group. So Andrew, who is in the group, he started a new character. And he bought Skyrim 5 weeks ago, and he's playing on the PS3, and he plays when he can, like most of us. I know for me, when I get a chance, I do, and then real life happens, and I can't. Because, unfortunately, real life is not Skyrim. I wish it were. Not really, because everybody gets killed in Skyrim, so that wouldn't be that fun, would it? Yeah, I guess real life is better than Skyrim, because there's not hordes of bandits running around taking over houses and caves. So he's playing as a female Redguard right now because, and he named her Poit, and I hope I said that correctly. And he's a level 40 with 100 in smithing and low 80s in enchanting. I love that. That's a good combination, enchanting and smithing right there. You can do some serious damage. And everything else is significantly lower. Yeah, that's generally what happens to me. I'll smith a lot and enchant a lot, and everything else suffers. And my archery is usually really high, whereas this time it's not at all. And he's now just started using conjuration and illusion magic. And if you run around casting the muffle spell, it levels up fairly quickly, and that is very true. And it's something I do constantly. I am constantly muffling and stone fleshing. God, I almost forgot what it was called. I was going to call it stone armoring. He owns Breeze Home in Whiterun. I have no home yet. That's a problem. I need to get a home so I can start keeping crap in it. And he has a marauding team consisting of Lydia, Esbern, and Barbas. Oh, yeah, because if you have all them, that's cool. He started the Esbern storyline, didn't finish it, so he follows him. And Esbern is very strong. Esbern's a badass with fireballs and a storm Atronach. Barbas is a pain in the balls. Oh, quick aside. Yes, I quit the Dawnguard storyline with my other character because I know I said that Serana was doing better. I lied. She wasn't. I quit because I was trying to pick off these vampires with arrows, and Serana kept running into me and pushing me off the shot as I shot it every time. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm done. I'm done with her. Go back home to your father and go away. Anyway. So, yeah, Barbas has an knack for... Barbas is a pain in the balls, but he doesn't die. For pushing me into corners and not letting me exit tight spaces, yes, he does have that problem. I might finish his story soon so you can get rid of him. He is very handy, but he is a pain in the ass. I don't remember my first dog being so pushy. Yeah, no. That dog is a pain in the ass. But he is very handy, especially for doing the dragon storyline, because he can take some heat off of you, and quite literally, actually. And, you can go around and take care of that dragon while he's focused on that stupid little dog. He's going to attach to Lydia. And there have been multiple times now that after Esbern and Lydia have killed a common foe, a stray fireball will strike Lydia, sparking another battle between Lydia and Esbern. Yeah, that is a problem when you have multiple followers. I've discovered that either fast traveling to your location or saving and reloading will cause them to quit killing each other. Yeah, that's generally what I do. I'll just fast travel and it all. Even if I fast travel like right next door, it generally resolves that issue. I made a sweet set of Daedric armor with Fiery Soul Trap, Daedric Warhammer, damn, and bow set to boot. Enchanted helmet and gauntlets with Fortify Archery, and body armor with Fortify Heavy Armor. The boots I fortified with Muffle, and it is amazing the difference in the game while playing with this gear. Yeah, that is for sure. There is, has anybody else gotten there's a set of ebony armor, where when you get, I forget where you get it at. God damn, I can't remember. I had it on my one character. It's a set that's in the game, and you get it, and like if you get close to a person, it like drains their life out of them. Oh, it is badass. But it's really hard for sneaking up on people because when you get close to them, you start damaging them. But it is cool because it just like steals the life out of them. I forget what quest that was from. Damn it. But I like that armor. Right now, he's not doing anything specific. Basically, just roaming the countryside. Oh, sorry about that. Basically, just roaming the countryside, poking my head into caves, and battling at various fortresses. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. He loads up his soul gems with Lydia, and then equips her with a fiery soul trap bow and axe set. Oh, that's a good idea. Now that he can one-shot giants with his Daedric bow, he keeps a couple soul gems with him. And after he gets over encumbered, he shifts. Yeah, that is the good thing about having the followers. You can load all your crap onto them. I haven't had any followers yet. I don't know if I'll have a follower as a mage. I probably will once I start the dragon story, just because it's good to have somebody with you to take some of the dragon's wrath. I did get Murder's Beacon. I got to go up there. I can start that. After 10 or so marauding trips, I gather all the materials from my chest, 5,000 plus pounds usually, and slowly walk around Whiterun getting rid of this stuff. Yeah, I've been there. You know what's good to have when you do that? The whatchamacall shout. Not Fusardal, the one. Wind Sprint, that's it. The Wind Sprint. You don't know how many times I used that to get around Whiterun because I couldn't walk. Yep. And he's doing the smithing and enchanting and all that in town and selling the stuff. That is the best way to do it for me. That's definitely the best way to do it. I find that's how it works out. But now we had a little discussion in the group based off of this email about what quest to do next. Not the main quest, but of the guild quests, Brotherhood, Companions, Thieves, Mages. And for me, I thought the mages was the best. I put companions last. And thieves and brotherhood I thought were pretty similar. I like brotherhood. There's some annoying characters in that one, we'll say. But I liked brotherhood. I like brotherhood and thieves pretty equally. But for me, the mages I enjoy the most. And companions, it was good, but I found it got repetitive after a while. So I don't know if... And you always had to go out with one of them. So that one, maybe that was part of it, you know. But I don't know. Let's see what other people think. How would you rank those for? For me, I definitely put mages first and companions last. I tend to shy away from the companions quest. And I don't know why. I mean, it's okay. It's not like it's a bad quest or anything, but yeah, I'm not sure how other people feel about those. But anyway, all right. Hopefully I will get to play some later this evening, I hope, and get into the Thieves Guild and get into some other shenanigans around Riften. Can't wait to set that dude on fire in the tunnel who's going to come at me and try and punch me in the face. The rat way. I'm losing my voice as we speak. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so hopefully I can get those started today, and I'll be able to record a little sooner than last time. All right, everybody. Skyrim Addict Podcast, gmail.com, and facebook.com/groups/Skyrim Addict Podcast. It is a closed group, so you just have to ask for an invite. Only did that to ward away spam, which I find happens in the open groups. All right, take it easy.